Hello students. In this lecture we will discuss about thyroid gland, their secretions and their functions. So thyroid gland is one of the endocrine glands which help in chemical control and coordination. It is the largest endocrine gland and it is butterfly shaped or bilobed gland. It is located in the front part of neck, just below the larynx. So here we can see the front view of thyroid gland. This one is the larynx, which is also known as voice box, and this one is the trachea, which is also known as windpipe. So thyroid, and this one is thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is located in the front part of the neck on either side of the trachea, just below the larynx. Here we can see the back view of thyroid gland. This one is the esophagus, which is also known as food pipe, and it is thyroid gland, and this one is the trachea or windpipe. Here on the back side of thyroid gland, there are 4 circular spots are located, and these circular structures are known as parathyroid glands. Parathyroid glands secrete parathyroid hormones. Now, thyroid gland, which is butterfly shaped as well as bilobed structure, and these 2 lobes of the gland are connected with each other by means of isthmus, and this isthmus is also known as interconnection. So interconnection connects both the lobes of the thyroid gland. Now the functions of thyroid gland. So thyroid gland secretes 2 different types of hormones, and these hormones are known as number 1 thyroxine, and second is calcitonin. So thyroxine hormone is secreted from the thyroid gland, and it helps in various activities in the body. So what are the functions of thyroxine? Functions of thyroxine. It helps in basal metabolism. It increases heat production at rest. So number 2, increases heat production at rest. It is the second function. Number 3, it helps in general growth of the body. It is the third function. Number 4, it helps in mental development. Number 5 or E, ossification. Ossification means formation of osteocytes, which helps in increasing the length of or growth of the bones. And number F, It regulates body temperature because it helps in heat production at the rest, and it increases metabolism of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates also. Metabolism, it increases BMR. BMR here, basal metabolic rate. So it increases BMR or basal metabolic rate. So these are the important functions of thyroid gland. What are the functions? Number one, basal metabolism is regulated by thyroxine. Number B, it helps in increasing heat production at rest so that body temperature can be maintained. Number C, general growth of the body. So our growth takes place in the presence of growth hormone secreted from pituitary gland as well as in the presence of thyroxine. It helps in mental development, and E, ossification, which helps in growth of the bones, and number F, it helps in increasing BMR or basal metabolic rate. So important functions of these hormones. Now, the deficiency and oversecretion of thyroxine may cause diseases. So what are the important diseases or disorders caused by deficiency or hyposecretion or undersecretion of thyroxine or thyroid gland? Deficiency of thyroxine. Or also you can say hyposecretion or undersecretion of thyroxine, or hypothyroidism. 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 It can cause three different types of diseases. Number one is simple goitre. Simple goitre. Simple goitre is the disease or disorder which is caused due to undersecretion of thyroxine or deficiency of thyroxine. What are the symptoms? Number one, which is the most important, swelling in the neck. Actually, it is the swelling in the thyroid gland, but it appears as swelling in the neck. So simple goitre is caused due to deficiency of thyroxine, in which our neck swells. The second disease, which is caused due to deficiency of thyroxine in children or childhood, is the cretinism. Cretinism. So cretinism is the disorder caused due to deficiency of thyroxine in childhood. Actually, it is caused due to abnormal growth of thyroid gland in the children. The most important symptoms is dwarfism, and number two, mental retardation. Dwarfism, physically the child not grows properly, and number two, mental retardation, means mental development cannot take place in proper way due to deficiency of thyroxine in children. So cretinism is caused due to deficiency of thyroxine in childhood, and it is caused due to abnormal atrophy or degeneration of thyroid gland. And here symptoms are dwarfism and mental retardation. Number 3, myxoedema. Myxoedema. Myxoedema is a disease. Myxoedema is a disease which is caused due to deficiency of thyroxine in adult. So it is a disorder caused due to deficiency of thyroxine hormone in an adult. It is caused due to deficiency of thyroxine in an adult if take place, and the symptoms are number 1, sluggishness. Sluggishness, number 1, means the person becomes very lazy or dull. Sluggishness. And number 2, BMR is reduced BMR. And number 3, swelling in the hands and face. Swelling in the hands and face. So it is the third symptom. So most important symptoms are sluggishness or laziness in the person, reduced BMR, and number 3, swelling in the hands and face. So these are the 3 important symptoms of myxoedema, which is caused due to deficiency of thyroxine hormone in an adult. Now we will discuss about hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism or hyperthyroidism is also known as oversecretion of thyroxine. Oversecretion of thyroxine. Over means hyper. Hypersecretion of thyroxine. Over or hypersecretion of thyroxine, or it is also known as hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism. So hyperthyroidism means oversecretion of thyroid secretions or over or hypersecretion of thyroxine. It causes exopathalmic goitre. Exopathalmic goitre. So exopathalmic goitre is caused due to oversecretion of thyroxine. The symptoms are number 1, protruded eyes. Protruded eyes means bulged eyes, bulged or protruded eyes or bulged eyes. Number 2, increased BMR means basal metabolic rate is increased. It becomes fast. Number 3 is Sometimes simple goiter can be seen. Simple goiter can be seen also. Number 4, heartbeat. And number 5, breathlessness. Breathlessness or shortening of the breathing rate. So breathlessness, rapid heartbeat, simple goiter, increased BMR and protruded eyes or bulged eyes. These are the common symptoms of exopathalmic goiter, and it is caused due to hyperthyroidism or hypersecretion or oversecretion of thyroxine hormone. After it, the important role of iodine. Iodine is the major constituent of the formation of thyroxine. That's why it is recommended that iodized salt should be taken by us in our daily diet, so that it helps in formation of thyroxine and it prevents different types of diseases such as simple goiter, cretinism, and myxoedema. So iodine is the major constituent. In hilly areas, iodine is scarce in the soil as well as in the water. That's why the food grown in hilly areas do not have sufficient amount of iodine in them. That's why the person living in hilly areas are simply sufferer of simple goiter. So prevent simple goiter, and to prevent mental retardation and dwarfism in the childhood, we should take iodine or iodized salt in our daily diet. And calcitonin, which is the second hormone, calcitonin, which is the other hormone secreted by thyroid gland, is helpful in the calcium metabolism. So function is calcium metabolism. Calcium metabolism is the function of calcitonin. So it helps in ossification, it helps in absorption of calcium ions by the bones from the blood, which helps in ossification or formation of bones. That's why calcitonin is secreted from the thyroid gland. So these two hormones, thyroxine and calcitonin, are secreted from the thyroid gland, and here we can see the diagram of thyroid gland. It is the front view, it is the back view. In this way, we have discussed about the thyroid gland, their secretions and their functions. In this lecture, in the next lecture, we will discuss about pituitary gland, their secretions, locations and functions also. So thank you, students.